Hey, what up, homies? It's your man's Coach Smeta. We coming to you live from our PS3. It is currently Season 2, Week 14 of our Gonzaga Bulldogs Restricted Dynasty. We're at the last week of the regular season. This week, we're going to the Coliseum. We're taking on USC. Initially, when this game was planned, they were in the top 10, and we were nowhere near it. Now, we're 9-2. They're 4-7. But we'll look at it later. I don't know how many guys on our team start on their team. Maybe 1. 2 max, but maybe 1. They are low, and when I say start, I don't mean like, okay, they have their running backs better. No, I mean like they have 5 running backs, maybe 4 or 5 running backs. They have 3 or 4 left tackles, 3 or 4 left guards, etc., etc., etc. This should not be easy. Let's say should not, because some games we come out and we compete, and some games, like last week, not so much. We said it in the reaction video, which if you have not been tuning into the reaction videos, I'm gonna start putting somewhere, maybe Twitter, maybe I need to really jump on the Discord. We do live reaction videos on Gara Hyuga's Twitch stream. So it'll actually be 5 or 6 of the guys who are players on the team who are live reacting to the premieres on YouTube. So if you want to tune into those, in the description, find Darius Johnson, our running back, his Twitch page, which is Gara Hyuga, and come join us live. It's a lot of fun. The reactions are real time, they're priceless, it's not staged, it's just guys watching the game just like you watch the game. So if you want to come check that out, they're usually done somewhere between 9 and 9:30 Central Standard now. Now that we have the PC, we can get the videos out quicker. Between 9 and 9:30 Central Standard Time, just tune in and we'll let you know. USC. But we're not on to USC yet. First, let's look at this recruiting. Now, like I said, it'll be 5 or 6 of the guys who are actually on the team. We currently have 15 players who are real players. They're in the forums. They're guys I know IRL who are on the team, members of the team. If you want to become a member of the team, all you have to do is first pick one of these guys out of our recruiting class. This is what our recruiting class looks like right now.
You think that was cool?
The 4-star guy, he's off limits. But any of the other players, if you want to join the team, just simply give us your name in the comment section, which is, we call this the locker room. That's where you'll see the guys. You can interact. If you want to talk to Justin Deisering, you can interact with him. You want to talk to Hunter Payne, you can talk to him. He'll talk back. He will definitely talk back. You want to talk to 3-5, our Mike linebacker. He will definitely talk back. But to replace the player, just simply give us your name, your height, weight, number you would prefer, your style of player, any individual swag on your player you want, gloves, sleeves, anything like that. Mind you, we're not in the revamp, so it'll be like stock stuff. And you'll replace them, and then you'll be given 3 attributes with a max cap of 91 on any given attribute. And you can choose 3 of them. I was gonna say 2, we'll go 3. Now, mind you, that'll mean that you will sacrifice in other areas because we mostly recruit 2 and 3-star guys. That's still the guy that are available to you. And as the rules are always, you'll start off as a 62 overall if you are not subscribed and have not been following along. And we can just simply check out in the locker room, see if you've been following along, if you're digging the content, you want to join the squad, but you're not subbed. Start off as a 62. If you're subbed, but this is something new, you haven't been following along, you start off as a 65. And if I see you every week, you're in the comment section, you're liking the videos, then you'll start off as a 68 overall. And then weekly, up to 14 games a season, because that's the max amount of games we can play in a season, you can choose to add an attribute to any of your attributes. If you want to add an agility, you want to add catch, your reward for following along, becoming a part of the team, is just watch the video, like the video, and in the comment section, aka the locker room, comment what attribute or what point you'd like to add to what attribute. Simple as that. USC, let's talk about these guys. So this is year 2. Boise State is our gatekeeper. They're designed to make it to where we can't jump to the Pac-12. They've held serve this year. The Mountain West Conference Championship will be Gonzaga versus Boise State. They're ranked in the top 10. But in that Pac-12, which is where we'll go if we win that championship this season, is a team called USC, and they are, let's just say we're punching way up. They're in a different weight class than us. This is where we'd like to be 8-9 years from now. They're there. This is I'm at the point where we start. This is when you look at our roster, this is where we are. This is our roster. Like, this is what we look like. And even then, we don't really look like this. You see, we got all the way to the bottom, and that's where you started seeing, you know, some of the true freshmen, some of the guys that are probably going to get cut next season.
Cool.
This is their roster, guys. And I know sometimes I kind of hype up who we're playing against. Dude, their backup is Sam Darnold. This is what we're dealing with this week, guys. We have, I think, 1, maybe 2 guys who will, you know, play football at the next level. They just have them on, you know, just riding the pine, bro. None of our running backs would even make their depth chart. And running the ball is what we do. We throw the ball for a lot of yards. Bro, everywhere. Bad matchups. This is our main problem that we have. Teams that give us problems have offensive linemen who look like this. All of them. Dude. Now their defensive line, they're higher rated than our offensive line, but they're not. It's not where it's at for USC. It's the back 7. All of these guys, our linebackers would not touch their depth chart. Period. Not even our All-American, bro. We usually have an advantage with Payne. Not this week. This is one of those weeks where Payne. It's going to be more about Marshall, I believe, than Payne. You know, obviously we can work some shots in. We'll take them, but they've got ways to deal with us just by calling their base scheme stuff. They can stay in a base defense, honestly, and give us problems. What we're gonna have to do, when I say we punch up, we're gonna have to punch up, and we're gonna have to be dirty. We're gonna have to punch up and hit them in the nades. We're gonna have to hit them in the nuts. We're gonna have to eye gouge. We're gonna have to do all that stuff you see on the WWE, where the bad guys kind of cheating, because if we try to play them straight up, they're just eventually something's gonna happen, and then if we fall behind, there aren't easy ways for us to catch up. But I do think there are ways. It's going to be a lot of bare bones stuff. And when I say bare bones, I mean working formations, working matchups. Everything we're going to do. Defensively, we're just going to have to play mistake-free. Offensively, we can't turn the ball over. We're going to have to win the turnover battle. We're going to have to block as well as we've ever blocked. We're going to have to tackle as well as we've ever tackled. Let's just say we've lost to teams who are not this good. Now, player for player, sometimes we do just outplay them. We've got guys who can outplay them. We've got guys who can play well enough to make up for the fact that our team can't play that well. But that's what we're gonna have to do. Like, it's gonna have to be a real effort. I expect us to compete. If we win, I'll feel really good about our program.
You think that was cool?
And I think we can win. The tail of the tape tells some of the story. They haven't been good offensively. They run the ball well. They haven't been good throwing the ball, and that explains why they're 4-7. Possibly injuries. I'm not going to go game by game on their injuries. Herbie's picking us because we are 19th in the country, or we are 9-2. We're 7-1. but we're 7-1 in the Mountain West Conference. Now, part of our 9-2 record, we do, like I say, out of conference, we take on the Pac-12. You know, we have no problem punching up. And even player for player, we are not as talented as any opponent we've played, but we've been pretty strong as far as executing. Defense, last game, misnomer. Maybe some of that was we kept running the same pressures too often and they started picking them up. We'll have to do a much better job of identifying what pressures they can't handle and attacking it. Hopefully we can confuse their quarterback. Their only key injury, if it's a key injury at all, is Felix is out for 5 weeks, but you saw they're right outside linebackers. It's basically, it doesn't matter. The guy right behind him is just as good. The competition in their practices is way different than ours. We don't have injuries. We've been lucky. Our average attendance this year, my guys, if you've been paying attention, we now get to put points into our scouting. Yeah, we're averaging close to capacity, guys. We're over what we need to max out scouting. Now we just got to get that coach tree up so that we can, like I said, it's 3 into game plan for everyone into recruiting. So thank you, fans in Spokane, Washington, for coming out and supporting your baby Bulldogs turned whatever Bulldogs we are right now. I like doggy style. Please don't cancel me. USC schedule. It looks like as soon as they got into conference play, they just started getting smacked around. They also had a loss to Fresno State, who we beat. We avenged our loss last year to Boise State. We didn't play Washington State this year. We did play... Man, I am really forgetting our schedule. I see they didn't play Oregon. They did not play... Who played? Oregon, Washington, Stanford? Yeah, they also lost to Stanford in a close game. But, yeah, they've lost a lot of close games. Oh, my God. What? They are the Scott Frost. The IRL Scott Frost. Loss. Okay, they got handled by Colorado. I don't know how that happened. Arizona. Okay, 2 scores. Loss. Yo. Maybe we can get them in a close game. We can knock these guys off. Maybe. Of course, if you've been following along, you know how we've been doing. You know how we've been doing. Up and down, inconsistent, but winning. Like that scene in the in Thor Ragnarok where Thor asks Hulk what he's been doing. He's just winning.
You think that was cool?
USC's offense, Max Brown's the quarterback. He hasn't been that efficient. He just hasn't. They've been much better running the ball. They have a staple of running backs. They have a staple of receivers. Smith-Schuster is only at 492 on the season, which tells me their passing game has been lackluster. Hopefully it's lackluster against us. We don't want to look up 5 years from now and be like, man, I remember when USC started taking over the country. It was that Gonzaga game. They started putting up numbers, put up 500-600 yards and blah, blah, blah. That's wood. I just knocked on it. Our leaders, we've been pretty efficient. Dez, he had a game last week. It was a game of up and downs, but ultimately he was able to make the throws that we needed. Womack leads a staple of running backs. Him and Johnson, I believe, are both going to be over 1,000. Johnson's right on his tail. It is a 1-2 punch that is probably the best as far as production in the country. Payne leads a staple of receivers. He, Marshall, Hunter, Deshaun Scott, you know, those guys, they've been producing. They've been getting separation for Deisering. The offensive line has actually held up pretty good. Of course, defense, it starts in the middle with our linebacking crew led by our All-American, Mr. Enna, leading the team in tackles, downs, slowly but surely becoming less and less of a liability, but he still messes up a lot. We have made a change on our depth chart. We've moved true freshman Richardson up to the starting boundary corner. So Fuqua will be in the slot where he belongs, and if he messes that up, he's in the doghouse. And of course, our sacks, we've been getting a lot of pressure. Culver has 5 sacks, but it's been a just smattering of guys having meetings at the quarterback right now, and that's what we need. So yeah, we're punching up, and hopefully, like I said, we can hit that one punch. That's what Logan Paul said to Roman Reigns. It only takes one shot to knock him out, and we are gonna swing all night. So USC, let's get it.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Like, comment, share, subscribe.